Hello to one and all. How are you doing? It is September 25th, 2025. I'm coming by to give you a quick GLP-1 Ozempic update. I went today for my injection. I was a bit underwhelmed, and I'll tell you why. And I'll provide you with the education that my provider gave to me today. I was upset because I only lost 1 pound. 1 pound, right? And he explained to me, you lost 1 pound in a week, which is normal. He explained that the rate I'm losing weight, it's healthy, sustainable weight loss. It's not drastic. It's not unrealistic. It's not feeding into any eating disorder patterns or anything with starvation, trying to lose weight quick. That's not something I'm experiencing. So instead of me feeling, underwhelmed and disappointed, he wanted to highlight that the way I'm doing it, the way I'm losing the weight is normal. Okay. So altogether in my first month, I've lost 8 pounds in a month. So when he put it to scale in that manner, that is a nice piece of weight down, right? And I can tell in my face that that's where the weight looked like it's came from first. I've also noticed, in my bras as well, they're fitting fabulous. Actually, one of them, I was like, yeah, I can't wear this no more because the strap just doesn't stay up. It's just not fitting itself no more. So no matter how much I adjust it or anything, it's not staying up. So the width of it, it's just too big for my body now. So those are the changes my body's having so far, just with 8 pound difference. So even though that bra, I purchased those bras back in May, July. Yeah, it was like May, July. I purchased a lot of bras and stuff. And that they're not fitting, like I noticed it with the one today and the one from the other day. The straps just not staying up no matter how much I, adjust them and stuff. And then I also noticed the hook adjustments that I've had to, come in more. So that's just with 8 pounds loss, weight loss in my face, clearly in my bust area, in my midsection. I purchased some jeans. Like I purchased up all of these jeans. Like I'm going through a jean phase right now. And I noticed when I put them on, no problem. I also purchased some belts. Um, Back at the beginning of the summer, I went and purchased a whole bunch of belts, and I had to go back out to the store so they could put new holes in the belt for me, and they had to cut it down some for me so it would fit right. But those are my changes, just with the little measly, I gotta take that back, Lord forgive me, from 8 pounds. It's not measly, it's not minimal, it's a big deal because it's 8 pounds less than what I was. And I do feel better about the process. I'm still being mindful about what I'm eating. I will see if next week my body responds differently, because I went in there to, of course, get my injection and just run in, run out. He noticed that I'm still coughing. He was like, I don't like the way that cough sound. Let's get an X-ray real quick, kind of see what's going on with you. Last week it was the whole bronchitis thing and all this stuff. Did the X-ray, and apparently I have a little touch of pneumonia. And um it's yeah, it's no question. I have to accept what it is, and I can't be up and about as much as I would like to. I have no choice but to still be trapped in the house. They do believe it had to be facility related pneumonia. They have surgery sometimes that you can catch pneumonia via, getting surgery or whatever. So I didn't, I did everything I thought I was supposed to do to prevent it, and clearly I didn't. Clearly I didn't. COVID rolled right into bronchitis, and now I have pneumonia. But I'll start on my prednisone, azithromycin. I think that's what he gave me, and they gave me some cough syrup. He want me to take at nighttime, so I'll take it tonight before I go to bed. After I do my Bible study in a few minutes, then I'm going on to sleep. But I just hope I'm not sick for my birthday. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. But because I did go get me a very scandalous dress, okay? And I don't care. I do not care, darling. All of my little legs are gonna be out for the entire world to see. Now that's the thing. I'm old school. You can tell I'm old school because my mom had this rule that if you were going to dress provocative or sexy, you had to choose one part of your body that you're going to accentuate. You cannot have two things out at one time. That was the rule, right? So if I wore a dress and it's short, my legs are out. So I'm not going to have a deep plunge neckline, right? It can be strapless, but as far as my bust out and my butt out, no. Or my butt out and my legs out, no. Or my bust out and my legs out, no. So you have to choose one, but thing that you're going to accentuate. And sometimes even it don't necessarily have to be um boots, but you can actually, the smaller your back or even your back itself, has its own sensuality to it, and it's beautiful. Women, it's just beautiful. So I made sure that I am going to be spicy. And I said all that for a reason. I still follow that rule. I taught my daughter that rule. I taught my nieces that rule. I taught my little cousins the same rule about you don't put everything out there for them to be able to enjoy a feast on, honey. You don't do that. You do everything in moderation and always keep an element of mystique and fascination there, because that's the easiest way. I hate to admit it, that's the easiest way to really keep a guy's attention. Always remain mysterious and almost mystical in a sense, that always leave him intrigued to wanting to learn something new, know something new. He will never get bored that way. But if you just rah 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 and everything out there and la la la, he doesn't have anything to be curious about. And that's just the femininity of women. It's just that we're very mysterious beings. There's so much to us, and how we celebrate ourselves and express ourselves when we're being spicy or sexy. Men find that fascinating, not what you're showing, but how you present it. That's my 2 cents and a quarter. And I stand on that. I stand on that. So that's my GLP-1 update. Have you um, started your journey? Do you have any questions for me? I try to provide as much information as possible, but do you have any questions for me? Oh, then let me give you another update on side effects. No side effects this week. None. Not one. Uh-uh. Nope. Not one. I just noticed I started feeling like intense hunger pains when, I knew it was time to go back, because I could just have my hunger pains feel different when it's closer to my next injection date. But other than that, it is well. It is well. It is well. No side effects, no nightmares, no feeling feverish, faint, nothing, no pain, no gastrointestinal distress. I can admit that I do, because due to how it directly impact your gastrointestinal tract, I do monitor. This is a TMI moment. Let me just go ahead and say that I do monitor any changes in smell, consistency, frequency, shape, color, anything. I do pay close attention to that to make sure that things are not going awry, in my gut, right? Because of this. So I do stay on top of that. My blood pressure is still like I'm an 18-year-old. I praise God for that. But if this is a wellness journey you want to go on, I say to you, how we feel about ourselves impact how we take care of ourselves, and how we feel it matter. It matters a great deal. And you can tell by me doing these videos, I really don't care about the opinions of others for me to do something that has proven to improve my life, my quality of life, and how I feel about myself, because I could not control what was going on with my body. And it sent me into a tailspin. It frustrated me. It was ushering me clean into depression because I couldn't figure out what was going on with my body. And I felt like I was trapped inside of my body, and I'm looking at myself and I don't even recognize myself. And it was upsetting, very upsetting, very upsetting for me. And it caused me literally distress. So I went ahead and decided to keep having real conversations with my medical provider. Real conversations. I made sure of that. And that's what I've been doing. And I encourage you to do the same. You wouldn't believe what people do. You get what I'm saying? To take care of themselves. You just never know. You just never know what procedures or what things people are doing, and they don't say anything. And it doesn't matter, as long as, are they happy? Do they feel better about themselves? And I can admit that's the most important thing. Are they getting healthier? And I can admit I'm getting healthier because of my decision to use a resource in my wellness journey. And that's something I would never ever ever apologize for. And I will always advocate for people to use your insurance benefits. Do not work yourself to death neglecting your health. You see something going on with you, not feeling good about yourself, use your insurance benefits. It's the end of the year. Those of you who you trying to max out your benefits before the end of the year. I think open enrollment for a lot of plans, they actually start, I think that's October, November. I think it's October some of them start. And with that said, max them out. Get to your dentist, get to your optometrist, get to your ophthalmologist, get to your doctor, get your physical, and also find out if your insurance provider provides any stipends for you getting your annual physical. Some of them insurance companies giving their darn members a $200 darn gift card just for going to get their annual physical and labs done, and then the appointment free. They don't even have to pay a copay for it. It's covered. So take care of yourself, because in this game of life, you do matter. How you feel about yourself matter. And don't ever let nobody make you feel any different. And I can tell you, none of this I'm doing is because someone said something to me. It's because I saw myself changing. I saw my body producing things I had no control of, and I didn't understand. And I did something about it. So, y'all have a good night.